Hi guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. As per usual, before the video starts, I'll just cover a bit about my previous video. So I think upon review, it was filled with me rambling a lot, but I think it's good to recognise these sorts of things, and it's something I can definitely try and improve on going forwards, and hopefully I'll get more comfortable, better getting immersed in the game, and talking to myself more than anything, which is it's a very strange feeling. This mission was given to us following the last mission we did. A top Inquisitor called Helena Goslar contacted us to look into some strange disappearances in the Aethon system. She did try to look into us and found that the stuff we are working on currently is so highly classified that even she didn't have the rank to be able to look into it. But our character thinks it's a good idea to get on with this request of hers and take it on side next to our own assignments, so that way we can sort of get some good influence and good standing with some of the higher ranking Inquisitors in the Imperium. So we will start the mission now. I've definitely been finding it strange about finding enough to talk about. I think the last video threw me off because it was such a wide open map, which I do find a bit frustrating because it's hard to plan ahead and know that you'll have enough to talk about in particular. I don't want to plan ahead and think about what to say. I want to have the fluid to be able to just get on with it. But that'll come with time and experience, I think, more than anything. So yeah, today I suppose I'd talk maybe a bit about my history with Warhammer 40k, or perhaps just Warhammer in a broader sense in general, especially with Games Workshop in general. Kind of always been associated with Games Workshop's products, largely more the models than anything else. I remember being a kid, my eldest brother got into it.
The Underhive to investigate the case of mass disappearances. Talk to me.
Information schematics received from Adeptus Arbites operatives have been analysed. The abduction cases indicate cult activity. Data coverage is insufficient.
Right, okay. Sorry, yeah, I was just leaving that there so that you can absorb
you scan
it.
the area? Until now, only the Underhivers have been affected, but the abductions are beginning to threaten the stability of the hive itself. We have no time to lose.
Agreed. Current procedure is inefficient. Deploying Scryoskull units immediately. Initiating data-agnostic lists.
I will follow the trails into the Underhive. Contact me when you have something.
Right, there we go. We'll continue my chat now. I just didn't want to interrupt the thing. I realised part of it comes through the speaker on the controller, so I'm not sure if that's going to be picked up in the audio properly. So in the future I might just have to hold the controller closer to my microphone so that it can pick it up so you can hear it. Yeah, so my history with Warhammer. I mean, I've always kind of been some way associated with it. As I say, my eldest brother, when I was younger, he collected models of Warhammer 40k. I remember him having Space Marines, and he's had Skaven, Warhammer Fantasy. But I think over time he's actually since collected many different armies. Yeah, when I was a kid growing up with it, I mean, obviously you kind of idolise your older brothers a bit, and you want to do what they do. In particular, my experiences of collecting, but I did get into both Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Fantasy. And similarities between the choices, I guess. So with Warhammer Fantasy, I went with Wood Elf, and I would, I didn't ever have like a really big army or anything, but like I had what I thought was a decent collection, enough to be able to play properly, play with my brothers. My other older brother also was a collector. So my eldest brother, obviously I mentioned he had Skaven Fantasy, and he'd had Space Marines as well for Warhammer 40k. I know also in Fantasy, I think at one point he had Orcs and Goblins as well. I myself only ever had Wood Elves and my other brother. So he collected Chaos in Warhammer Fantasy, which I always found to be a very tricky adversary for Wood Elves. Although I had movement on him, he was very bulky. It's hard to kill. Takes a long time to get the output. Dryads, while still pretty good in combat, you know, in comparison to Chaos Warriors. The bulkiness of Chaos Warriors was a bit too much for me. But anyway, on to Warhammer 40k. As I say, my other brother had Space Marines. My other brother was a Dark Eldar collector. I myself was an Eldar collector, so kind of, you know, elf-like beings seemed to be what I would largely go for, more than anything. And I think, I guess I've always kind of thought the elves are quite interesting in things. These days, I mean, I'm actually more interested in dwarves. I do actually still collect. I have some Age of Sigmar and 40k stuff. 40k wise, I've got a 1,000 point army of Space Marines, largely from starter sets. I've gone with Crimson Fists. And then I do have an Eldar army, which from a recent purchase of a Wave Serpent will now be at 1,000 points. I largely want the Wave Serpent to move Wraithguard into combat, particularly because they're very slow. I want to get them up the board so they can do some damage. Not really played very many games in my life. Probably going to think about doing more of that. Go down to the local game stores and things and interact with people in the community, branch out, learn a bit more about it maybe. I largely like building models more than anything. Painting is very new to me. I have essential tremors. It makes it quite difficult to do detail on a lot of models, but I think I've been learning to sort of get around the tremors and get a bit better at pinpointing details. I don't think I'll ever do like a painting video or anything like that. Certainly not professional enough for that, but it's still fun to do. As far as Eldar goes though, in the Warhammer 40k universe, I have to say I really enjoy a lot of the models' aesthetics, but I know a lot of Eldar players are very frustrated with the situation where a lot of the kits, particularly for Aspect Warriors, are currently Finecast models, and I know people have their gripes with Finecast models. It can be a pain to build, and you know, they're not. I personally I just think they're not as good as plastic. I do have a lot of old models, which I never really did a lot with. I've got some Dark Reapers, I've got Dire Avengers. Well, that actually makes me think, oh god, I nearly died there. Just gonna back out. Wow, I don't have any inoculated units. That's not good. Whew, that was close. Yeah, I mean, I do actually have more than 1,000 points of Eldar. Back when I was younger, I collected largely from my parents buying me things. So I have some metal Dark Reapers and Striking Scorpions. I really like the Striking Scorpions models. I think they're really cool. I also have an Autarch, a Farseer, a Viper, and a squad of Guardians of Dire Avengers back at my mum and dad's place. So I do have considerably more perhaps than I thought originally. Oh god, this is getting a bit rope. Come on, do this. There we go. That's teleport beacon. Guys, come on. God, we are dying in here. Come on, let's get out. There we go. Jesus, that got close. Oof. Right, yeah, I mean, I do have more points. I just need to actually get them together and think about it. I mean, my current setup, I got a start collecting box, so I have a Wraith Lord, 5 Wraith Guard. I do have a Guardian squad I bought. I've got a squad of Dire Avengers, Wave Serpent, Spirit Seer, and the Far Seer, and the War Walker as well. I think. Oh, here we go. Just leave that on screen for a moment so you can read it.
There is nothing else to learn here.
I do believe, you know, I will get more into it.
I must press on.
But yeah, I think to date, largely I've been branching more towards Age of Sigmar models wise, I think, but I still want to expand a bit more on my Eldar model collection, more so than the Space Marines, even though there is the frustration with the updates. I hope soon there's updates for the Eldar. They really need it. But that's something we can hope for in 9th, hopefully. Having had the plastic Howling Banshees previously, hopefully more Aspect Warriors will get the same treatment. Anyway, that marks the end of this mission and the end of this video. I hope my little talk a bit more about my background with Warhammer has been interesting. And perhaps I'll cover some more Warhammer stuff maybe. Maybe I'll talk more about my Age of Sigmar collection in another campaign video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing, or maybe you just need to watch a bit more content, and if you enjoy it, maybe you'll subscribe in the future. So thanks very much guys, and bye.